Hey, welcome to the Psychic Soul Healer channel. My name is Laura, and I'm going to do a general message for Gemini. If you're new to the channel, again, welcome. Anything that you need to know of any importance to the channel, you can find in the description box. The reason why I say that is because this channel is a shadow healing channel. I look at the spiritual blocks. I look at the karmic themes that play out within your life. So we look at the behaviorisms between you and your person. So we can see what needs to be healed, what needs to be balanced, not just so you can make that relationship that you're in or want to be in better, but so that you can step into the best version of yourself. Because the person that's coming into your life is a reflection of yourself. In fact, every single person that comes to you is a reflection of yourself. They might not be perceptions that you like all the time, but understand we're a mirror of who and what comes into our life because you're only having a relationship with the universe. And because the universe always brings you what you need to support your evolution. So unfortunately, what sometimes comes to us are people that we are attracted to, but we don't really like their behaviors. We don't really like how they make us feel. So especially if we're talking about a soulmate twin flame. So these readings are helpful because they help you break karmic contracts. They help you break ancestral karma. They help you, transcend the limitations of what you perceive that you can have. Let's just leave it there because on so many different levels, these readings can really help heal you because everything that happens on the physical realm, like what happens to your physical body included, when I say on the physical realm, not just the events that happen in your life, happens because there are certain things happening in the spiritual realm. So it's really important to have a clean spiritual body in order to have a clean and healthy physical body. When we're full of toxins, it's not just the foods that we eat, but it's the thoughts and the emotions that we have. So spiritual blocks create negative emotions. So those negative emotions need to be transmuted into purpose. So know that all the spiritual information that I give within every reading that I do, that in order for you to achieve the full healing benefit, you must do what is said within the reading to counteract the behaviorism that you're dealing with. What that means is again that you have to do something different in order to completely integrate the spiritual lesson. You can't just know what it is. You have to embody the actual act or ritual because you're your own healer. I'm just a conduit for spirit to speak. I can hold space for you. I can create awareness for you. But at the end of the day, it's going to be you that needs to integrate the shadow. So I just like to put that out there. Not that I swear that my readings like can heal cancer or anything like that, but we do know that sickness and disease and every imbalance is created from the spiritual realm before it happens in the physical realm. So you can be actually preventing or reconditioning your nervous system. So if you have anxiety, you can all of a sudden not have anxiety. If you have fall prey to depression, doing these type of readings, you can actually not have depression because healing is being able to see a different perception. When people are depressed, they're stuck in the past. A lot of times they don't have a vision for the future. They don't believe that things can be. So does it happen all the time? No, there are exceptions, but has it been known to heal? It has. So I'm just going to put that out there. So if you're someone that is struggling with money issues or relationship issues, this is definitely the channel for you. Now, if you're interested in winning a free reading with me, all you need to do is enter. And you enter by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and writing the word of the day. The word of the day always comes from my deck, the Psychic Soul Healer deck. This comes with a workbook that has over 50 different shadow healing exercises, teaches you how to deepen your meditation and reflection practices, teaches you how to do psychic readings and shadow healings. Okay, the word of the day is going to be fanatical. Fanatical. You know, and now, again, it's funny because I did a reading similar that I don't know how many days ago or weeks ago, but I remember it. Fanatical, and I'm getting the same energy again, that you're seen as over the top, Gemini. That now again, energy is fluid, so roles could be reversed, flip it, switch it, twist it, interpret it as it resonates with you. Know that the message usually goes to the person that needs to hear the message anyway, but that someone perceives you as fanatical, and that's someone that's like almost like over the top, but in a good way. Now, like at first, when I did the reading a few days ago, it was like a fanatical, but almost like in a like, oh my God, this is over the top. And now the person still kind of feels that you're over the top, the person that you're connected to. However, they are looking at it like you have courage. They're starting to have a lot of respect for you. And the reason why is because I don't really feel like they have full, it's not that they don't have full control over their life. They do, but they care a lot about what other people think. So this is the energy there. Again, this is how we're going to open up your reading. I don't know how the energy is going to play out, but it wouldn't be like uncommon to pull in a person that thinks differently than you and acts differently than you. I mean, soulmates teach. And they teach again through being different, you know, having different opinions. Okay, so let's look at the inner child wounds, because I always like to look at the inner child wounds to see what spiritual block are we dealing with before we even know what's going to happen within your situation. Because then we're going to look at the blocks, because then that will understand why your storyline is what it is, Gemini. Okay, lies and secrecy, lies and secrecy. And vulnerability. So it's Nolan and Pippin. So this is what we're dealing with. So your person, Gemini, feels like you're fanatical and feels like you're courageous because you don't lie about your life. I believe that your person cares a lot about what other people think about them. And that does make them actually a lot weaker, vulnerable. They're afraid to be vulnerable. But they don't understand that they wouldn't be vulnerable if they were strong within themselves. There was a perception for them a long time ago that strength came from outside of themselves. It did not come from a strong family. Why that's important is because if you're in a relationship with someone that lies to you all the time, you're going to be triggered. You're going to think that they're doing something behind your back, when that's not all the time the truth. It could be person's triggered because they want to make their life appear like it's better than it actually is. This is the energy that I feel, because I don't really feel like your person does shady things. I just feel like your person doesn't have almost like enough of their own identity. They hang around a pack, like a group of people, and they associate their success through these other people. So it could be that they own a business with a bunch of other people and they associate their success with these other people. But here you are, you're out on your own. And you don't listen to anyone. You you don't take orders from anyone, and they see you don't take shit from anyone. And they admire that. And there's a sense that this person that you're connected to needs to do this. Now, I realize that they probably appeared to you someone that was very confident. In fact, almost overly confident, where they might even came across rude. So that it's not uncommon. Like I said, if a person, now you say why inner child comes from, well, we're taught to lie. If every time as a child, which is what I feel with your person, with every time your person had to ask for something or needed something, or again, it was almost like, don't draw attention to us. Don't make our family look bad. And it's because they didn't have a lot of money. So they didn't feel good about themselves. So then what happened is that they were overly cautious about what they appeared to other people because of the lack that they felt inside. So this is why the lies, this is what the secrecy, this is what keeps them bound to, people in their business and people in their life that I feel like they've just outgrown, but they don't know really who they are without those people almost. And I feel like it's scary for them. Now, the wound is again disgust, loathing. So there's a sense of like not liking that part of themselves. But the part that when you don't know who you are, you don't like who you are. People detach and dissociate when they don't like who they are. And so there's a sense that your person doesn't like who they are because they do what other people tell them to do. They're part of a pack. They don't think on their own. And not all the time. I don't care how close of friends you are, how much you admire a person. You can't like everything that they like. You can't do everything that makes that person unique. You're a unique individual. You're here in physical form to be a unique expression of unconditional love of God. You're actually our God, just again, an expression of it. And that's through how you choose to connect with people. It's your expression. What gifts do you contribute to the humanity? What do you contribute to the world? We're all unique. And whatever our passions are, where we put our time, our energy, our focus, our money, what grows becomes our passion. And it's those passions that we give to the world that connects us to other people in the world. So we are connected. We can be connected to a pack, but we're individual and that thinks differently, that has different ideas. So your person doesn't like themselves. So when a person doesn't like who they are, they perceive that everybody else doesn't like who they are, or they tend to put people in categories where they either put people on like beneath them or above them. And at one time, Gemini, I feel like your person thought that they were better than you in a way, possibly again because they have money, because they have a business with people. They're connected to people that help them make money. And so from the outside, they look like they're really strong, and they perceive to you as not that strong. And now what they're seeing is that maybe you don't have as much money, but you live rich because you're your own person. You don't answer to anyone. And what they're realizing is, I feel like your person is going through a spiritual awakening, because again, anytime we have a really bad shadow like this, it's there, and there's a sense of negative energy that really needs to come out. And we're in spiritual times right now, so you better believe what needs to come out is that type of energy, because again, we need more than ever to be in our truth. Now I want to just out of curiosity see what your triggers are. because I'm going to see how, I mean, what your inner child wounds are, and then what your shadows are. So that then I can see how the triggers play out within your relationship. Okay, Gemini? All right, so let's see what your inner child wounds are. Joy. Now, if you're looking, she just doesn't look very happy. Her name's Eve, and she does not look happy. So again, there's a sense of depression. There's a sense of not getting enough love. There's a sense of feeling inadequate as well. Because joy happens when we're finding ourselves, when we're creating ourselves, when children are not told, don't do this, don't be this. So again, I feel like you and this person there's a little bit of mirroring there of where you weren't happy. But I see that what you did, Gemini, is you decided to live differently. And then neglect, and that's what it said, neglect. That almost like because you were different and who raised you, they didn't feel good about themselves. Because parents that or caregivers that neglect their children, there's a sense that they didn't get what they needed. The parents didn't get what they needed. So this is how it's passed on, like karmically. So I'm feeling as if you were neglected, and that's what took your joy from you. But that made you become the person that you are, clearly, because your person admires you. So we see two people that grew up the same way, but acted different. And this is what your person is also, again, knows from you. Because I'm not feeling like this is a relationship that was a deep romance. I'm feeling as it started off as friendship. I'm feeling as if this person that you're connected to was once a player, was once never really let anyone get in, lived more from their facade. You happen to get in. And so you're there. This really is a spiritual connection, because you're teaching this person about themselves. Now I want to see what the triggers were. What were your triggers, Gemini, with this person? Now, it won't be uncommon if your person has more triggers than you, because they haven't healed, where you've healed somewhat, because again, you've created yourself. You live more from your truth. Okay, let's see what that is. Breathe. I felt suffocated by how tightly you were holding on to me. I need to breathe. So I believe, again, that this person is very codependent. I believe that they just wanted, and so the way that they would hold on to you was not really a healthy way, though. It was more like out of jealousy, out of fear that they were going to be replaced, out of a sense of that you were going to abandon them. That's why this relationship never really got off the ground, is what I'm feeling. It never got off the ground because they were too afraid to. And it's like, meanwhile, they have abandonment issues. Attention. I need constant attention. Otherwise, I get irritated and jealous that your attention is not on me. And that's exactly what I felt, that they wouldn't let you breathe. And the reason why is because they need constant attention. They just need constant attention. And so when that happens, it's again, when a person doesn't feel good about themselves, your person doesn't feel good about themselves. So this relationship never really got off the ground. It was more of like, as soon as it started, it ended. It's not that there is not connection. It's not that there is not a reason why the relationship shouldn't have worked out. I feel like it was a spiritual connection. It could have worked out, but we're going to see exactly why. And we're going to look at these cards. And we're going to see what's the point? What's the point of this connection? Because if you're not going to be with this person, I want to hold you in my arms. Our bodies unite as one. So there's still a lot of passion. Our energy is stagnant. Triggers sometimes happens to break the stagnant and help the energy flow again. So this, like, again, is what I felt like. It's like not really, it's a toxic connection. This is a really toxic connection because, like, there's a sense of a lot of jealousy, and then your person's like, our energy is stagnant. So what happens is it's stagnant because your person is emotionally detached from themselves, that they don't want to do the healing that they need to do for themselves. And so what they can't really be in a committed relationship. They can't really be consistent in a relationship without getting bored. Because why stagnant energy is when the person doesn't do anything and they're waiting for the other person to do. And then what happens is that then you didn't give anything. That's why I said the relationship never really got off the ground, and it didn't, but it did almost like in both parties' heads, because both parties are thinking about it, are emotional about it, but the start and then stop and all the jealousy and the insecurity. This is why we wanted to look at the blocks first and see when two people have root chakra imbalances, which there's a spiritual body, and the spiritual body that we have, there's everywhere where we have a chakra, we have an endocrine gland, and the chakras represent the psychological and the emotional aspects of ourself. We're not taught this. This is something, again, that's spiritual. If you get into spirituality, you learn that we have 7 main chakras. We actually have chakras all over. They're just energy centers. And so when we are out of alignment, psychologically, emotionally, which is spiritually, which here we see 2 people that have spiritual blocks in their root chakra still, insecurity. Like goes to like. So you may say, well, I wasn't the one playing games. Your person was playing games. And then what I feel is you would try to play that game back to manipulate them, because there was an on-off. There's a lot of passion. Again, I want to hold you in my arms and feel our bodies unite as one. So again, soulmate, twin flame. You feel like home. There is a connection, but there's so much attention towards passion and the physical, then there is the spiritual. And because your person and you need to do spiritual work. Your person more than you. And I say you only because you get triggered by it and you stayed in a connection like this. Like playing a little bit of the game. So, which, like trying to change this person when we realize that we can't change the person. It amazes me when we say the same thing at the same time, finish each other's sentences. So there is also this, again, synergy there. So there's this, when things are really, really good, when things are good, they're really good. And when things are bad, they're really bad. And then I'm changing this pattern and moving forward. So your person recognizes it, and they're going to try to move forward. They're going to try to do the things that they need to in order to make you happy. Oops, there goes that whole death. Okay, so let's see. Childhood. So again, this is what came out. Like, so when we're going to reparent, because that's what you would need to do in order to balance out this, is childhood, where innocence and playful and growth. So again, but we see like you and this person have been brought into each other's life to actually balance each other. believe it or not, you guys are soulmate, twin flame. That's why there is a lot of passion, but there's also like a lot of healing that both of you needed to do, and I think still need to do a little bit. And so, but your person does want to fix it and does want to realize that you're someone of importance. And so feel like they're going to come back into your life and offer friendship. And constellation again, and wait, because they're hoping like it'll bring some support for both of you, because they feel that both you and them are in the process of changing your lives. So maybe you're going through a big change, they're going through a big change. So both of you didn't have the support growing up. And so the universe has brought you two together that have the same wounds and do get triggered, but there is a lot of passion to help bring to support, because there is unconditional love there. And because again, you both are a mirror of who and what comes into your life. So this person is a mirror for you, again, to help you heal at this time. So is it an easy relationship? Absolutely not. It's a difficult relationship, because soulmate twin flame relationships are. It's usually a runner and a chaser. And now at this point, I don't believe that anyone is a runner or chaser. And why do I know that this is a twin flame relationship? Well, because it's both you and this person are going through changes. And whenever people go through major changes in their life and they've done the work, or they want to do the work, they want to heal, they're stepping up their energy, they're raising their vibration, that's when twin flame comes in to help them. Because again, the passion transmutes those negative and spirit, those, wounds, those negative energies through the passion, through the fire. So we ask the universe, well, what can we do to like advice? Because this obviously isn't going to be a difficult relationship. It's not going to not be one. It's going to be one that I'm going to tell you right now is going to require balance, a lot of balance. And that means not a codependent relationship. Make sure that it's not a codependent relationship. Because people that have root chakra imbalances that are twin flames are usually the opposite, fire and ice, right? Wait, fire and ice. And so, the thing is, when you have two polarities like that, it has the power to trigger a lot. And it's also hard for both parties to get on the same page, because they view things and their approach to things is different, but they bring out the best also in each other, and they help each other because they're so different. And there is so much love and passion there. That's almost like both parties have the same wound, but are the opposite. On opposite poles. One person's really fiery and very grounded and takes action and is a good builder, is good with business, and the other person is very spiritual and very intuitive and very sensitive and is good with other things. Not that they can't make money, but that's not their main focal point. So learning to love myself. See? So what Spirit is saying, how do you deal with this relationship? Well, if this person's a mirror for us, well, we want to definitely love ourselves, because what we want that person to mirror that back. We want to become the example for that person as well. But we also need to know that that person doesn't know how to love us 100%, because they don't really love themselves. They're still in the process of healing. They've detached from certain parts of themselves. Now, it doesn't mean that they won't. When you're on your twin flame journey, you're going to be brought to situations and experiences that help you transmute those wounds, but your person has not transmuted them yet. as you have not transmuted certain wounds yet. But there is undeniable, unconditional love, and your person does want to fix this. So learning to love myself, if you both didn't have support, which both of you didn't, it's you both have to reparent by learning to love yourself, meaning it's about creating yourself, not just losing yourself in the relationship, like I said earlier. I choose to see the beauty in me. My wealth lies in my nature and potential. I transform my weaknesses into strength, meaning I invest time into myself, which is what I was saying. I realize that I am being of light and I allow myself to shine. So it's all about reparenting that this person is coming into your life to help you, but you're also helping them. And that, and through unconditional love, because both parties didn't get that growing up. So there is this intense love, and there is this love that is, that we can't control. When we are dealing with someone that's completely opposite, that triggers us. You know, I mean, all through the story, it's like, it's on, it's off, it's, I want you, I don't want you. Well, when you're dealing with that type of energy, it's because of what needs to be healed inside. It's like that person represents love to you, you recognize them, but it's your own thoughts, your own emotions that need to be investigated. And really what it is those detached parts from Gemini's person, whoever Gemini's connected to, that like hasn't accepted those parts of themselves, hasn't and understand, being that you're an energy body, that just because you decide that, oh, I'm healed, or I don't see myself as that anymore, as I said, you need to integrate it and fully embody what that spiritual lesson is in order to, like I said, see yourself, but it's differently. That it's a process is what I'm trying to get at. All right. So if you resonated with this, let me know, give me a like, and if you want to enter into winning of that free reading with me, just write the word in your comment bar, which is fanatical, but today it was a good one. I think sometimes being fanatical, like I said, is about being your true authentic self, no matter who likes it, who doesn't, and that can be seen as fanatical. And healing is fanatical, and when you choose to be with a soulmate twin flame that triggers the crap out of you, that can be seen as fanatical, but it's all worth the ride. And if you again love yourself by turning those weaknesses into strength, and you know, continually making yourself into the best version of yourself, that your person will follow suit, because they want to at this stage of the game. And sometimes that's what it takes. It takes someone to come into our life to show us that. So I'm going to leave that there. You'll let me know again, and write the word in the comment bar if you want to win the reading. All right. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.